Greetings, one and all, from the White Mountains of Arizona. The sun is setting, it's a lovely evening, and we're ready to bring another channeling to you today, but this one's going to take a little backstory. I'm going to have to explain how this came to be. Tara and I were walking through this very same forest here 4 or 5 months ago, and we were just chatting about following our intuition and not really having a destination or a set route. And I just jokingly said, I'm going to follow my intuition wherever it takes me next. And all of a sudden, I saw this tree just sticking out. Just of all the trees here, the one just stood out. And so I was like, okay, let's see where that tree leads us. So I went to that tree, and for some reason, I was drawn to touching it. I don't know why we touch trees around here, okay? And I touched this tree, and I swear to you, it was vibrating. There was no wind out. It was a very calm day. The tree vibrated, like noticeably. And I went to other branches and it was vibrating. I went to trees nearby. They were vibrating. I called Tara over. She felt the same vibration. So naturally, we do what we do, and we connected with the trees. Tara connected with the trees. We felt like the trees had a message for us, and they did. Apparently, right beneath that spot, those trees were calling us over to tell us that right beneath that spot is a fourth dimensional or higher dimensional station underground. And this station is going to sound crazy, sure, but just bear with us. This station is a research station designed to monitor crystals, basically know what the crystals know, and research what the crystals know, to help with the control system, the control grid. And that's pretty much as we know. We want to find out some more answers here today. We're going to see what Tara can channel up here, and hopefully shed some light on this. See if she's ready here.
Okay.
She is. All right. Have you connected with someone or something here?
Yes. Himalayan quartz.
Oh. Okay. Is this a quartz that we know about?
Yes. I was trying to tap in, and the beings whose station it is didn't want to come forward, and it's like they were trying to camouflage it. But the crystals were more than happy to speak. So the pink one popped out and is like, Himalayan quartz. It's like, I'll talk.
Oh, the one you got in Tucson?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. We were under the impression that the crystals were not aware of these stations, which were all around the planet, correct?
A couple formations of crystals are aware now.
The Himalayan quartzes?
Himalayas, Brazilian.
Okay, so essentially they're being spied upon?
They said it feels like somebody looking over your shoulder. They haven't quite done anything to you. You just feel uncomfortable.
Right. Okay, how long have these stations been on Earth?
This set of stations, 500 years.
Who put them here?
We don't know who they are. They come from realms 5 and 6.
Okay, and so are they part of the control grid on Earth?
We're not designed for a control grid, but we can be configured to make that possible.
So who's in control of this station now?
The same beings that we don't know.
They're the higher density that we can't perceive.
Yes.
Do you know their intentions with this station?
They're looking to recreate something like this in their world with our knowledge, our makeup, our energy, the way in which we move energy, how we communicate with one another, they're looking to recreate this in their world. So they're tapping us for knowledge.
Okay, including the crystals.
Yes,
Are there other factions that know about these stations?
7 other species.
Oh, are they? Do they want to control the station for their own purposes?
It appears everybody wants something from us. Few ever give.
How can we give to the crystals?
By sharing in what you know. For humans, they often feel superior and inferior at the same time. When it comes to sharing of knowledge, humans will always assume that there is something that is more worthy than them or even smarter than them. When they have much value, they have much to give, but they don't always feel so. So instead, they withdraw. They keep their information to themselves and instead ask, "What do you know?"
What type of information do the crystals wish to know?
We want to know your experience here, how you evolve, how you communicate, all the different energies that you are inhabiting these vessels of this terrain, this world. Is very fascinating. Your awakening process is fascinating. We like it when it is shared with us. We too can learn. We also have somewhat of an ascension process. It's just different than yours.
Is the best way to share our information through meditation?
Connect your energy to our energy. Open up the pathways.
Are all your intentions good for humanity?
No, our intention is not always just geared towards humanity. We just want to learn. So we are always open to that learning. We might be seen as neutral. The beings that utilize us paint us in a bright or dark light.
Is it true that crystals are being used to enable this control system?
Yes,
So, from our perspective, they would be dark crystals.
yes.
Were they programmed that way, or is that their nature?
Everything is neutral until it is programmed.
Do they do what they do to humanity consciously?
It's a part of their learning. Those that control those crystals do so consciously.
But what about the crystals? Do they know what they're being used for?
They do, and they are part of the experience. It is whoever is utilizing that crystal, again, paints a light or dark picture.
Hmm. Can a crystal's programming be changed?
Yes,
How would we go about reprogramming these dark crystals used to enslave humanity?
simply tap into it with your intentions and your energy. It isn't an impossible feat, it's all energy. Again, humans need to realize their own power. You don't have to perform Indiana Jones tricks
But these
in order to do what you wish for your own purpose. in this world.
Okay. Well, my wish is to remove or reprogram these crystals to set humanity free, but wouldn't they be under close guard?
But that reflecting polarity is only a piece of the human race. This means that you can connect to it, understand it, and remove it if you are the ones that put it there.
But some of us do understand, and if we are one being, one entity, why don't we all understand?
The energy flow gets disrupted. I had said that you can connect to crystals through energy. We are energy. Yes, we have a physical form, but we are just inhabiting that physical form, just as you are inhabiting your physical form. And when there is not a free flow of energy, i.e., your programming, you call it ego, gets in the way of that free flow, then it becomes that much more difficult to connect with energy and change it to what you wish it to be.
So it's a catch-22. The consciousness is splintered, but it just can't come together until it realizes it's splintered, but it can't realize it's splintered.
It can realize it's splintered if they realize they have a program. We know we have a program, but this is our choice in this incarnation.
It's just difficult to wrap my head around the human race being one entity. I know that it's splintered, so shouldn't the whole know it's splintered? If I know it, the whole knows it.
Of course, at a subconscious level, at their higher self level, they know this. But some have not been able to crack the code of their programming enough to be able to witness its own programming. If it doesn't know it's in a program, it cannot know that it is splintered in a conscious level. You need a connection between the ego and your higher self to come into balance, to bring the splintered into a whole.
So, how can we work with crystals to achieve this goal?
Share with us your knowledge. We will share with you the knowledge that you seek, granted that the pathways of listening are open. But you must work on understanding that you have a programming, trying to understand that, then coming to work with us.
Well, I've been working with crystals for a long time, and I've been trying to spread the message of crystals and their power to help humanity, but it's difficult. People just see them as rocks. How can I convince someone to work with a crystal?
Also, just seeing us as rocks is part of your programming. Part of the programming is to get the human to move away from situations, things that are not beneficial for it. They move towards it. Instead, they're moving away from things that will aid them and help them. They must see the inversion. There's inversion everywhere. This is how you keep something under control, get it to believe something else. If you do not see that the rock is you and it's just a piece of trash, then you'll never be able to bring the pieces together, which would be good for somebody trying to maintain a slave.
I'm starting to realize that, at least for me, the crystals have become a crutch. Um, you read about this stuff on the internet, the crystal helps with this, the crystal helps with that, but you get to a point where you realize that you're doing all the work. The crystals are just showing you how. Is there a next plateau to crystal understanding?
You must understand that everything in this world, there are things here working to keep you a slave, things here working to help you to be free. There are neutral items such as ourselves that can be utilized one way or the other, or perhaps as a crutch or not as a crutch. But part of the human programming is to give its power away. So you may be open to one level where you understand energy and communication between such beings as ourselves and yourselves, but fall into the trap of not believing the crystal is within you. So, yes, it can be used as a crutch. We don't mind being an assistant, but again, we are just neutral. We are used however you wish to use us. And if a crutch is something that you want to understand in this lifetime, then we will be your crutch.
That's very nice of you. Not saying that you are a crutch. I mean, you could use anything, overuse it, over depend on anything, and it becomes a crutch, couldn't you?
That's part of the programming. Give your power away to anything and everything.
Bringing it back to this station here, why is it here, and what is what do Tara and I have to do with it? Why is it here?
There are stations placed all over this planet where your energetic lines crisscross. More than 2 lines of crisscross. It sends information quickly. Travel is more quick depending on your flow of energy. So these stations have been placed at these cross points in order to quickly access information and keep a watchful eye on how things are progressing. It's much like a gardener overlooking their garden, keeping an eye on how things are doing from time to time.
And this is all operated by the controllers of the Matrix?
These beings are outside of the matrix, but they do their best to keep it hidden. They are watching the matrix.
Surely, Tara and I coming here is no coincidence. Why are we here?
To understand your power, you are as much those beings that we say we don't know as you are. You are connected to us. You are connected to them. You are connected to the station. You are connected to everything. The easier you can deprogram yourself, the easier it is to tap into this energetic station. Meaning, if you can free flow your energy, you can free flow into the station because it is you. It is a part of you. The beings that created it are also you. Those that wish to tap into the station have too much ego. Therefore, they cannot get in.
So the removal of the ego is the key to the station.
Yes,
Does
you will
have to
find it is something, well, I'll say physical, but it's not actually physical in your realm. While at the same time tapping into something for the good of all of humanity.
Does the ego have to be completely removed?
It needs to be shut down.
What's the difference?
Shut down means it observes your higher self taking control, much like I have control at this very moment.
Yeah, can't we do that already, Tara and I?
Only for short periods of time.
Okay, so we need to practice and get better.
This means that the ego does not come back into control ever.
Ooh. And will tapping into the station give us information about the dark crystals?
It's not that the station gives you the information, it is a remembering because you are all. Now you remember where these crystals are. Now you remember how you program them. Therefore, you know how to deprogram them. The
Ooh.
station is both a metaphor and literal.
So it's a key to our inner selves, discovering who we truly are and our true power.
Yes.
So it's like a little project Tara and I have now.
These stations, you can call them the pressure points of the earth. There are many of them, and there are many beings trying to tap into these stations, both positive, negative, and neutral.
Yes, we were hesitant to make this video because we weren't sure who knew about these stations or wanted these stations. So is it okay to post this on the internet?
If you know at a conscious level of these stations, therefore you surely know at a subconscious level. This means the collective knows, the all knows. No need for physical manifestations or not.
I'll take that as a yes. Um, okay, I'd like to know more about crystals and I'd like to know more about this station, but we're running low on time. Is there any last message that you'd like to bring out to the people?
When you tap into a crystal, when you are sharing energy, if you don't know yet how to share your understanding and knowledge with us, then at least ask us what our program looks like, how we know it is a program. Allow us to teach you about programs, how to turn them on and off.
All right, thank you for this message. I
Hello,
like
hello.
how you tap into a Himalayan quartz while I'm holding one.
Oh, yo.
This one's got chloride in it. It's got rutile in it. You need the sun to see it. We're in the shade. But how was that channeling?
Well, whew, I feel a little floaty at the moment.
Okay, we got water right there.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I would say I'm like trying to remember what was being said. It's starting to leave my brain.
Yeah, it was a little complicated. We're gonna
The
have to.
dream is leaving.
Yeah, yeah. We'll watch it back as we always do.
Yes.
Yeah, I was surprised to talk to a crystal. It was a few months ago that we were told that the crystals don't know about this station. Then I did a little meditation with my Himalayan. I told them about the station, and now they know about the station. I'm not saying I did it.
They're tapping in.
Yeah.
So I guess as like, I don't know, it kind of felt like as our vibration is raising, as our consciousness was expanding, like as a whole, now they're more aware of things because people do tap into crystals. So it's like, yeah, we want information from you guys. It's like, this is how we get our news basically of
Yeah.
your world.
Cool. Well, I don't want to like promote myself, but Light of Riga on Etsy, I got all sorts of high vibing crystals which have been hanging out here.
Yeah,
Also, this
dude.
is basically our property. So
Yeah, it's pretty magical. A lot of magical stones already here. I
yeah,
mean, James probably already showed you guys all
a
the
little bit.
wonderful rocks and
Yeah.
jaspers and agates and oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. Lots of high vibing rocks and crystals around here, maybe because of the station. It all starting to be put together. And
Mm-hmm.
there's no such thing as coincidence. What a synchronicity for two high vibing crystal workers to find.
Wind up here.
This is the tree too. This is the tree that was vibrating that I found.
Yeah, it was literally vibrating, you guys. Like,
Just put my
not
hand
like,
here.
oh, I feel vibrations in my third
It
eye
was
or
like
something.
that.
Like, no, it was really moving.
Yeah. And there was no wind that day.
Yeah, that was so cool.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you guys are channeling along with us, what are some of the messages you got? And if you have any suggestions for future channelings or questions for future channelings, leave that in the comment section down below.
And if you're still here, what a trooper.
All right, you guys. We'll catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.